Yep, okay, we're recording now. Cool. G'day everyone, welcome to the first episode of Rob's Bushbashes. I don't know how this is going to go and if I'm even going to make this a series, but we're going to be recording some bushbashes and just going to waterfalls, different places with different people and just having a good time. So, the one we're going to is Duck Falls today. That's what I forgot to mention to you, is this is Duck Rivulet down here. So hence I'm calling it Duck Falls. Very inventive. I'm sure maybe we'll come up with a better name by the time we get there. I'm just wondering if it's going to be better going down or across. My phone is struggling to catch up.
How do you have reception?
I know, that doesn't make sense because it says it's got no bars. Okay, so if we... because there's two falls, so if we go to the higher part we can see the second fall, if we go to the lower part we can see the first fall. So up to you, which one do you want to go to first?
Down?
Yep, let's do that. We'll go to the lower fall and then we'll go up to the upper fall next. These landscapes always seem steeper than they look on the map. I look at it on the map and I'm like, oh, that's easy. That's a walk in the park, and then you get to it, it's like little cliffs everywhere. Not quite as much water as I was hoping, but I think the top fall should look pretty cool, because this one here is just meant to be a bit of a slide. Woo! Very nice. Oh god, this is slippery. Holy shit. There we go. Woo! Nice. Having the backpack definitely makes it more awkward, because you're like more top heavy. Yeah. When you're crawling like this. This tree actually looks kind of burnt. Must have been from some fires up above. Alright, so we're done with the lower fall for the moment. And we'll see what we can do about getting up to that upper fall. Yeah, no, this part here is very sketch. I don't think we can get up there.
Yeah, no, and there's no trees to grab onto.
No, exactly, so probably best we go back up the way we came. Holy shit. Bro, this guy's a speed demon. This Mitchell guy is very quick. Like, I'm used to me being quicker than most people that I bush bash with, but this guy's a speed demon. What do we see? I'm hoping there's a safe way down.
Actual fall.
Okay.
So you want to come have a look where I am?
Yeah, it looks a bit cliffy, does it?
Yeah. There's like a little platform we could maybe get to, but that doesn't get us to the fall.
Oh, okay.
It's like a better lookout.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Ah. I'll let you know if I start rolling rocks at you accidentally. Yeah. I'll yell rock. Oh, rock. Ah, just missed you. All good.
My timing on that was horrible.
This is not very steady. Oh, all good. Just a couple rocks. Yeah, this is okay. Oh, look at this. We got a much bigger pool. Yeah. Nice. Very good. Alright, so that was Duck Falls. Very nice. We're going to get out of here. This is dry. Can you get that going? Oh. It's so bright.
Wonder what she looks like in the GoPro.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna go.
Yeah, do you think it's just like not tindery enough? Like
Yeah.
it's too big? How would this go?
Let's get a fire going at that fault.
What would that like? Because that looks kind of cottony. It's like is it lichen? I have no idea if lichen lights. So when you're lighting the cotton, these sparks just grab onto the cotton and light it?
It goes pretty much straight away.
Yeah, okay.
Cotton just doesn't hold the flame very well, so you have to be real ready with like small sticks and stuff to put on it.
Underneath it, yeah. Yep. Oh, on top of it, sorry. Alrighty, folk, we've gone to check out another waterfall. It's a bit above Victoria Valley Falls. This one here, I guess, is not named, but it's interesting. I think it's got a little bit more water than the unnamed one we were looking at. I think what's most interesting about this one is the crevasse thing that's going on in here. This is wicked. I don't think I've ever seen a waterfall that's got such a defined crevasse like this. And you know what? You could probably do canyoning stuff down here. That'd be pretty cool. Bro, if you were to come here during summer, and maybe you got a day with higher flow, you went for a swim down in there, that would be crazy. I was not expecting it to be like this up here. It's awesome. Oh well, that was an interesting adventure to Upper Victoria Valley Falls. We need to clearly improve our bridge building skills.
You're not wrong. Just the foundations weren't right.
Yeah, that's right. Bloody rocks underneath. I fucked that up. Let's try that again. Alright, folks, we are back. I'm recording on the GoPro, by the way.
Sorry?
I'm recording on the GoPro. We are back with another adventure. Episode 2, if that's how this lines up, of the Bushbashes. Looking for Wughalee Falls. We came in from the ocean because we're sea folk coming in on our pirate ship. No, we've just come down the waterfall. I do want to give you a channel a shout out. Okay, so obviously we got Wughalee Falls higher up.
Yeah.
Can you explain how that sort of ties in not only with the video, but like also with the website?
Like that the waterfall's on the website?
Yeah, like we obviously wanted to do, or you're wanting to do a write-up.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, so I'll be documenting Wughalee Falls on the Waterfall of Tasmania website, and also putting a video on my channel, YouTube channel, just Cadence Cooper. And hopefully I can embed the video on the write-up on the Waterfalls website as well. So, I mean, if you Google Wughalee Falls, you'll hopefully be able to find my write-up of this trip and the video.
Just briefly, is it pronounced Cooper?
Yes, that is how it's pronounced. It's not Queffer, but it's pronounced Cooper.
I've been talking to so many people saying Cadence Cooper.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Queffer or Cooper. There we go here.
So Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper, there you go. Now I know how to pronounce it correctly. So why wasn't this already on the Waterfalls of Tasmania website?
Well, none of us have been to it, pretty much. The waterfalls get documented as either Craig or I visit them. So until Craig or I visit them, they're not documented. It would be on there, but there wouldn't be any information except for location, which is what you get from the map.
Right, so the coordinate of the waterfalls on the website right now.
Yeah, but no information or photos.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And that's the same with all the really remote ones that none of us have got to yet.
Yeah. Yeah, because this one, it was a bit peculiar in that it's kind of like Nelson Falls in a way. I'm not sure if you've heard this story, but apparently Nelson Falls, the actual Nelson Falls, is higher up.
Yep, I have heard this story.
Yeah.
And I was going to explore it last year, but I was there with a girlfriend and she was not too keen. Yeah, I think there are actually 2 waterfalls upstream, and
Right.
Craig actually has some historic photos of them.
Oh, he's been there, or someone else?
He has some historic photos that were given to him.
Right.
There's one that's called like Sunshine Falls or something,
Yeah.
and another one called something else from memory.
Okay.
They're big waterfalls, not quite as nice as Nelson Falls. So.
Oh, so they're not they're the same size, or they're bigger, or
It was, they looked about the same size, but like not as pretty.
not as aesthetic, I guess. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, anyway, this is kind of similar to that in that, like, what's marked on the map is the tourist accessible, or not even tourist, you know, easily accessible one.
Yep.
Whereas the one you can bush bash to is the more proper waterfall.
Yep.
Which is not this one, we'll get to it in a second.
Pretty good route there.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, I'm thinking, can I trust that or not? I think the bush bash here started out a bit easier higher up. Like it was just walking along that flat section of the creek. And then obviously it got a bit more difficult further down.
It's funny because even though there's literally no chance of anyone else being there, I'm still slightly scared of having my gear stolen.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? When you leave like your camera stuff and all that by itself in the bush, then you're thinking to yourself, oh god, someone's about to jack it. The bush bash bogans are about to steal your stuff.
Yeah. Like green. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it camouflages very well, doesn't it? Just need to point to it. Yep. You know, for a waterfall so big, and you know, being so close to a, you know, obviously well-trodden trail, I'm honestly surprised there weren't more marks on the ground from people bush bashing down.
Yeah.
Like, we were obviously coming down that dirt and sliding around a bit, but there was next to no evidence that anyone else had really come down. And,
in an alternate universe, we're past the side that instead of building a new track, they developed the Wughalee Falls track where they actually install a lookout or something at it.
Well, that's a good point, eh? Like,
you probably could at that first vantage point we got to.
Yeah, like those cliffs out there, you could probably install a lookout that looks perfectly out to the waterfall. Alright, we're coming out now to the actual big Wughalee Falls waterfall, which at the moment is not massive in terms of water flow, but still quite impressive in terms of the cliff that it falls down. We left our stuff here. So, this is it. Not too bad. As far as Tassie waterfalls go, getting this sort of vertical overhang is not common and impressive to see. Yeah, there's also some sandstony geology stuff going on up there, which looks very similar to the painted cliffs on Maria Island. What's bizarre though is this, to me, looks like dolerite. And yet that's sandstone, so we've got a bit of a mix going on here. So, interesting one. I'm sure someone with more knowledge could explain it better than me. See, this is the thing, like, that little slidey bit there we made just from 2 of us, you know, it doesn't really take much to make a mark, so that's why I'm surprised there weren't more marks up here.
Yeah.
But you might have found a better way up here.
Potentially, so I'm sort of leading myself in the scrub.
What do you think?
Nah, I think the foreground's a bit yuck, really.
With the cutting grass in the way.
Yeah.
That's fair. You know what's weird?
With Yeah.
is the grass coming down the sides here.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't see that often. Anyway, you were going to say?
I think this is a good section because it's really pumping. So you get the visual impact of the waterfall, but I think
Yeah.
with a light flow, it's better sort of close up to the little details down there, you know.
Yep.
Have to can't bother.
That's a good point. Like if you had massive flow coming down and you're standing at the bottom, you'd just be getting spray and everything. And this, yeah, you're right. This would be the best spot in high flow. So anyway, come back here during a thunderstorm. And have a bit of fun going down
Bring
here.
Louise back. I'm sure she'll want to come in when I show her the photos of the fungi.
Louise would want to.
Yeah, wouldn't you see the fungi?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Dash out here. Next year during the next big autumn rain, fungi will be gone soon.
Oh, well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Something that I don't really keep track of.
Neither, I've just done a lot of hiking with Louise. You know, all the scientific names, I've got no idea how to do them.
Oh, God. Yeah, my mum's the same. Alright, so that's the waterfall out there. We're just on the way back up, and it connects up very closely and easily. Well, I wouldn't say easily for some people. Going down this part here is a little bit awkward. But just up there, above that little cliff, you can see maybe just through there, is where the main old track is, which was the old Three Capes track until they rerouted it and made it set up for all the touristy mainlanders. So it's interesting. It's interesting what you can discover that has been removed from the map. Do you know the Mountain Wilds Crag?
No.
That was one of a few places just recently I've noticed that Parks and Wildlife have removed the track from the list map.
Really?
And they state in the reason that it's like restricted track, which I think is a very, how to say, roundabout way of saying that they don't want people walking on the track anymore. You know, because it's like not a parks maintained track, and they don't want to give people the idea that it's a good track that they're not going to get lost on. And so I think that's one of many tracks that parks have removed from list map, just because they don't want to, you know, have to have responsibility for it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not big on that. I mean, they throw so much money at stupid developments. Like, why do we need two tracks at Russell Falls? Why can they not spend that money paying someone to, you know, fix up the Creek and Falls track or something? Like,
yeah, it's an interesting one. It's
obviously you're throwing money at the cash cows, which makes sense, but there's a point where just building more trails and making things more developed don't actually achieve anything. Like, if people are going to go to Russell Falls because there's now two tracks instead of one, I wouldn't have thought so.
No. I get the feeling it's got a lot of like a legal thing to it, in that like if they're going to have responsibility for land, we've got to make sure that they only approve stuff that, you know, they're sort of more legally safe on.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, you're not wrong. The Russell Falls thing is
because they're a government organisation, they're pretty impossible to sue unless they like do a really like negligent job or something, like they build a bridge and the bridge cracks. So like if they, because we learned all about this sort of thing in courts last year.
Yeah.
Where they call it the policy operational distinction, where you can't sue a government organisation because of a policy decision they've made, because the court is in a duty to tell the government the policy they should do. So for instance, if a government wants to fix up a road, or a government doesn't fix a road with potholes, and you damage your car, the court's not going to say the government has to compensate you, because that would be them imposing what the government should do with their policy.
Right. What are we calling this first one? Crystal Falls?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go with that. Off to Crystal Falls. See if we can find this fire break down here, if it exists. Well, you can see the harvest boundary, but there's no real fire break here. That's alright. Ouch. Fuck's sake. You would think I'd never done a bush bash before. It's kind of like Robbie Falls, how there was that big area of cutting grass in the forest that was sort of influenced from the nearby coop.
This has fucking changed quickly.
You're not wrong, hey? Yeah, thick with cutting
I nearly
grass.
forgot my gloves. I'm really glad I put them.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But once we get past the cutting grass, we should be good to go.
Man, there's some big holes right here. What the fuck?
You found more holes?
Yeah, this is fucked. So quickly changed.
So we're trying to first get to Crystal Falls, which is about a 12-metre one. Starting off with some cutting grass, which is not nice. But once we get deeper, we should be alright. Should be able to cut a clear up path, hopefully. The idea is just don't grab onto the cutting grass. How we're looking? If we can aim further to the left. Yeah, that'll be good. Take us further to the left if you can. Oh dear. Take her easy, we're not rushing today. Alright. We have found Crystal Falls. Quite impressive, a lot of water. You know, there hasn't been a huge amount of rain recently, so that's why I'm surprised there's so much water.
Pumping well.
Yeah. It looks interesting how the water's coming out of the logs up the top.
Yeah, over the top and under it.
Yeah. Alright. 1.5k of bush bash. 1.5k of bush bash through some thick initially, then it opened up, more open bush, and now it's taken us to here. Let's investigate. This is the biggest bush bash I've done so far, and holy shit, look at this. This is oh boy, this is going to be intense. Wow, look at this one. That's huge. And look at how much water there is. There's going to be so much spray. Let's check it out. Yeah. Whoa, man. And here's me thinking that there wouldn't be much water today. Whoa, alright. I'm gonna get higher up. We managed to navigate fairly well. The issue is it's been a little bit wet, but that's alright, that's what you get in the Tassie bush. The branches around here are soaked. Folks, so we've realised that the best spot is a little bit further down the creek. And boy oh boy, it's a good one. Look at this. Huge.
Warm in the hand.
Sorry?
Not warm in the hand.
Warming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all numb.
Need to do some push-ups.
Cramps cold. Don't touch the water. That is fucking freezing. Really? No way.
Alrighty folks. We are doing a bash to Hidden Falls. which is near Orford, and the folks are up ahead. We're going to catch them up. I think we've reached the stream. Let's get to the stream. This bash involves a bit of a going down and then up through some eucalypt forest. Alright, so it is crossable then.
Did you have a drink, honey?
Well, if we can get half of this water in the waterfall, I think we should be
all
right.
of this. Not even any other creeks flowing into it.
Put my head on.
Nice.
Oh no, there is. Sorry, my bad.
There's a couple. So, we're in a different spot to Old Mate, but we can sort of follow the nose up to the road.
So was Old Mate further up the creek?
He crossed further down.
Further down.
Yeah.
They blend up in the same road.
Yep.
The sort of that ridge just there.
Keep heading left.
Yep.
It actually does lead us to the track, but I'm not sure it'll stay at least the whole way.
Yeah, nah.
Pretty easy here.
Yeah. That's like much shorter route.
Yeah, we'll just go up to the road.
Sorry, what is much shorter?
That way, like, rather than going all the way up there.
I just saw on the contours that looked like there was a bit of a 2-4 metre waterfall up there
Oh, right.
that would have 0 water in it.
Oh, yeah, I actually remember that.
While the next while, you're like, what how exposed they were. Till I climbed on this track in Tahune, and I'm climbing away thinking, woo, Kathy's scared of heights. This is a bit much. And I looked back to see how she was faring and just felt like vomiting.
What do we see on the old bridge?
I guess it's time to get out my tent.
Oh, jeez. She looks a bit collapsed then.
Yes, you can see it's wiped them that way.
Oh, that was sitting that way before, you reckon? Yeah, okay, yep.
Wonder if the flood sort of wiped it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see where the road came from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say?
The falling sound to the left.
Oh, it's in the top of the waterfall?
Or just the waterfall itself, like a creek there and falls there.
Yeah. These East Coast streams always have like that funny colour to them. Like that sort of silty light blue colour.
I'm going to crop in that tree.
Well, that's a good point. What side of the creek do we have to be on to get to the fall? I guess we'll be able to see. Going for a swim? You can cross? Yeah. What do you see there, Cadence?
I'm not too sure on my creek, a bit of a drop. So I'm going to just try and climb down.
That's a splash. Yeah, this is a bit of an awkward one, hey?
Yeah, I just don't want it to snap or something.
What, this log?
Well, it shouldn't, but...
This is either very smart or very dumb, and I don't know which. Oh, nice. That looks a bit better. Alright, now we're getting there. Now we're getting there. That looks a bit better than Dennis's photos. Nice. Oh, that's wicked. That's really cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright. Mint slice?
My dad's favourite.
This is Hidden Falls Light.
We've got 3 names going for it now.
Yeah.
I call it East Griffith Falls because it's the east side of Griffith Rivulet. We'd heard that as Drizzle Falls and thought that was a nice name. That's what she's running with. Drizzle Falls.
Alright. Got ourselves a very awkward bash here. Trying to get to Tahune Falls and oh dear. I see what you mean by trusting these smaller sticks, hey. You never know when you're just going to collapse straight through it. Oh god, I'm not too sure where to step here, hey. What about if I step on a branch that's on a branch? Big brain. Thank you, sir. Alright, thank you.
I can see the top of the waterfall.
Hey! Nice. I dare say so far this has got to be one of the slowest bashes I've done.
Yep, it looks about 100 metres away, so probably 30 to 40 minutes. On the top of it at least, I don't have anything over it.
Oh, the top of it doesn't?
No.
Well, that's a good sign. It's going to be interesting coming back, because we'll have a much better view of what's easier. Sitting down below in here, it's hard to see what's easier out to the sides.
That ridge there looks not too bad.
It does. It's just how much of a detour it is and whether it goes anywhere bad further down. Alright, it's opened out a little bit. It's a bit easier walking here than down in that horizontal, that's for sure. And we can see the falls just up ahead. Oh dear, this is a slippery boy. Oh man, this is a slippery boy. Alright, we did it. We did it. Nice. We finished up at the falls. Walked back down onto Manuka Road, made our way along here, and then we're going back across the swinging bridge, and this motherfucker keeps wobbling it. I'm just imagining what it'd be like in flood, walking across this bridge. You got like all this water rushing beneath you. You watch a rafter go underneath you. That would be interesting. Because I think that this is part of a big walking loop. You can see over there, there's another bridge that you can, this is a part of a walking loop you can do from the Tahune Airwalk. And yeah, you can access it from the back through the West Picton Road, which is pretty cool. Not a huge amount of flow in the Tahune today though. Like, I think a lot of the rain recently has been concentrated up north, and there's a bit of rain falling on the east today, so it's not massive flows at the moment. Still looks raftable. Not that people really just raft the Tahune, it's not as fast and exciting as the other ones. This monkey right here is wobbling this shit. Fucking hell, this guy. Let's get right into it.
They're the people I stole my ratings from.
How are we going to come up with the names for 5 waterfalls?
Yeah, I was concerned about that. West Peak Spur, East Peak Spur. I think it's going to have to be like Hazard and Crossing Falls, is what we see when we get there.
Yeah. Well, we want to go a little bit more along contours. Are we going downhill at the moment?
Yeah, I'm just going around this. I'll go up a bit in a minute. These are beautiful horizontal.
Oh, yeah, we might have found some horizontal, eh? Alright. Horizontal city, huh? Do you guys remember the horizontal around Creekton Falls? Like, on the way to it?
Yeah, kinda.
Like, I just remember going, I think it was around Creekton Falls, or Duckhole Lake, whatever, where they've gotten through the horizontal, and they just made this ridiculous, like, the amount of cutting they had to do to get through the horizontal was crazy. Because obviously the path was super easy to walk on, but only because they cut down like 20 bits of horizontal every, 5 meters.
Yeah.
I can see why you might have given up, Cadence, last time.
Yeah. I was just concerned about like falling through a hole and twisting an ankle as well.
Yeah.
Alright.
Only 400 meters to the first fall.
You ride or blink a couple of times. Good, I did some climbing when I was younger.
Oh, there's the ground. So the guys have moved on. We checked out this waterfall and they've gone further that way to find some bigger waterfalls over at the next creek, but this is one that we got to check out together, which was, we're calling this one Catwalk Falls, because look at this. It's got like a lovely catwalk and it faces directly out the waterfall. It's something else. Really nice spot. Anyway, so now that we've finished up here, they've gone that way and I'm going to head back to the car because their loop that they're going to do is going to be like, what, 4 kilometers in total, and as far as thick bush goes, like 4 kilometers for me is maybe a little bit too much, but they should be able to handle it. They're pretty good at bushwalking. I think they have a bit better endurance than I do. When it comes to the longer walks, I can get a bit tired, a bit delirious by the end of the long ones, but those guys have good endurance, so they should be fine. Back once again, another bush bash. This time we are at Tunnel Bay Creek, and we've just come along a road. It's really weird. It's like old mate owns this land and he's made a track and said, come along onto my land and follow this track and get to Tunnel Bay. And so we've diverged from that and now we have come down to the creek to find some little unnamed waterfalls. Cadence is at waterfall number 2. Adrian is at the bottom of waterfall number 1. Let's see if they're any good. Yeah, nice. Bit of foam. Nice big drop. Very good. Now, we would like to get down to the lower falls. We're not too sure on which is the easiest way. Adrian's up there, so he probably tends to think it's easier that way. Woo! That is quite a drop. That is not safe. I guess we're going up there and then down and around. Waterfall number 2. There's a bit of a detour just to get to the bottom of the waterfall. Very good. Alrighty guys, I'm doing a bit of a voiceover for this next one. This was a bush bash through to Esperance Falls, which was the last unnamed waterfall, at least for the moment. It was a ridiculous bash. I wasn't able to record, unfortunately, which was a shame, because I think partly because I forgot at the start, but then partly once I got here to the actual waterfall, I tried to turn my GoPro on and hit record, but it wouldn't start recording for some reason, and then by the time I got home and then tried it, it started working again, so that was kind of frustrating to deal with. But to make up for the fact that we don't have any bush bash footage, I made this here, which is like a visualization of the LiDAR point cloud for the bush bash. So we sort of started out at the top of a coupe, and that's where we saw the person here walking at first, and then as you can see we're sort of making our way through the bush. We're going up and down through creeks, long slopes, and then here we're going down to a creek. This is the last creek, and then we went up onto a plateau. So this was just something I did in QGIS. Sort of visualization of the point clouds along the points that from the LiDAR point cloud along the GPS track that we took to get to the waterfall and back. And I do want to comment on a couple of interesting things I saw in this footage. First of all, you see that the trees are kind of low here, sort of regrowth from where there used to be sort of forestry and like logging way back in the day, and then just here we cross the creek and start going uphill, and suddenly all these mature, really tall eucalypts start appearing, which was a really interesting sort of visualization of where the boundary was of the old logging area. And then this was another one I thought was interesting. So coming up onto this plateau here, the plateau is fairly poorly drained, so it's difficult for vegetation to grow. And you notice on the left-hand side of the plateau there, the vegetation is very low. It's so stunted by the swampiness, the poor drainageness. But the further you go to the right, like the center of the frame, the vegetation gets taller because the water table is more sort of able to drain off the side of the plateau. So that was really cool seeing that sort of profile shot of that happening. So anyway, that's it. I don't really have a good outro for this video. This is just going back to that clip of the ridiculous horizontal on the way to Catwalk Falls. I've never seen anything this thick before. It's not the most aids I've ever been through. I would say that thick cutting grass is worse than this, but this here is definitely like the most sort of obstructive in terms of like how much stuff is growing up in front of you. So anyway, that's it. That's been the Bushbashes. Will I make another one? I have no idea. Please leave a comment with some thoughts on whether I should make another one or whether I should do something kind of similar with the GoPro, or any Bushbashes you've been on. Which of these Bushbashes were your favourite? Any other thoughts like that? Yeah, just leave it below, and that'll be it. I'll talk to you next time.